welcome, welcome. I am super duper excited to get started with part 1 of the 6-in-1 chicken, baby chicks, eggs, and nest pattern. Are you excited for the live crochet along to get started? I am so excited. We have so many crocheters part of it. I think we're close to 1,400 crocheters that signed up for this live crochet along. Now, I understand some of you guys watch a replay. That's totally fine. You can always leave comments down below after the video is over. But if you are here live, this is your chance to ask questions as I'm teaching you. Okay, so I'm going to go through the entire pattern of the mommy chicken. Okay, you're gonna have a little bit of homework, okay, heads up, but most of it I'm going to do on camera. Okay, so you're gonna see most of the things. I think the only part of the homework would be to actually do it yourself, and I'm only showing a wing. Obviously she has 2, right? So that would be part of the homework, of course. Okay, and then at the end, I want to see your creations. I want to see your mommy chickens. Now, you guys know that cameras are very picky on 3 different colors, okay? So it's going to be a little challenging, but one of the colors is white. Well, I'm not going to use white on camera. I'm going to use gray on camera just to make sure that you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. Otherwise, I would have to brighten up the camera super, super high and you won't see my hands. So that's a problem. So I decided I'm just going to go with gray. There's many other chicken colors out there, right? I believe there's also orange. There's black actually, but black is also another color on camera. Red is also a little issue on camera. That's just because of the spectrum, and we're not going to get into the color wheel right now, but you get it. Okay, are you guys ready? Can you guys hear me? Please tell me you can hear me. Someone says no sound. I think you guys can hear me, right? I think you guys can hear me because on my end I have sound. Let me know if you can hear me. Someone says no sound. Turn on your sound. Turn it up. Okay, sound is there. Yes. Okay, you scared me for a second because on my end it shows their sound is there. Yay, I'm so glad. Okay, we're so many people here. I'm really thrilled. So listen up. Why am I doing live crochet alongs? There's a couple different reasons, okay? One, it is a multi-pattern, okay? Meaning 6-in-1 pattern. Number 2, I want to provide you not just with a video tutorial, okay? You're getting extra support as I'm going through the pattern, okay? Step by step. We're about to get started. I'm just, give you a couple minutes to get yourself situated, okay? So that means when you get extra support, that means you can ask questions as I'm going through the tutorial, as I'm teaching you step by step. I'm going to try my darnest to talk, teach, okay, do the extra crochet at the same time, as well as pay attention to the comments, which is very challenging, by the way, but I'm gonna do my best. Last time we've done it, I think I did a really good job, so we're gonna do this really good again. I'm really excited, so keep the comments coming. By the way, did you guys know that the more engagement you guys give me, the more YouTube and Facebook shares it out to other crocheters? Yep. So give it a thumbs up if you haven't done so. Share it, comment, and of course, view as much as you can. And did you subscribe yet? Did you hit the subscribe button and the bell to get notified next time I go live or publish a new video? You want to do that, okay? Ready to go? Okay, so I'm going to use still Starlit yarn, okay? The other one, is just without the fuzz. Ooh, there's literally fuzz on here from the polyfill that I have ready to go. This one is kind of like a multicolor thing, but it's not a big deal. It still looks great and you can still see it on camera. It's the only gray I have. And I wanted to use the exact same yarn. So that's the gray I'm using in place of the white. Everything else I'm going to do exactly the same way. You should be able to see everything. Okay, I'm really excited. So listen up. I'm going to go through the pattern step by step. Okay, I have certain parts ready to go because there are certain sections of them in there. They're just single crochet and I don't want you to have to wait. So I prepared everything ahead of time so you guys can see everything. Okay, so you guys can ask questions as I'm going through the pattern. If there's something not clear or something, or you want something more close up, up, zoomed in, whatever it is, let me know, okay? That's what the comment section is for. And of course, because there's so many people here at the same time, you're part of a really, really big community. And in the end, make sure you're in my group, Crocheting with Nikki. We also have a chat going at the same time. Yay! Okay, are you guys ready? Thank you. I'm using Bluetooth and the iPad. Yes, I'm so glad. You guys all here? You guys can all hear me? We are ready. I'm ready. Okay, I have my yarn ready to go. Okay, and we're using a 4mm hook. I believe I think only one time I made the typo in a PDF. So for those who bought the PDF, okay, it's a few hundred people, okay, I made a typo. Oh, can't see it here. This is a 4mm hook, okay? By accident I wrote 5.5. It is a 4mm hook, okay? 4. You got your 4mm hook? For amigurumi, you always want to go down in hook size. You want to eliminate as many of the gaps between the stitches as possible. Okay, I think we're ready. Okay, I'm going to swoop my camera around. And you guys should be able to see everything. I'm leaving up the link up there for anyone who needs to follow along with the written pattern. I have the written pattern printed out here next to me. So if I ever look down, that means I am following my own pattern. I literally have it printed out, okay? So hopefully you guys have it ready to go for you too, and we're good to go. Okay, I'm not seeing your hearing or anything, but for this chat, okay. Make sure you guys have your sound on. Let people know. Turn on your sound so you can hear me. Okay, I'm ready to go. So we're going to start right away with, so technically this is white. I'm picking gray. You can pick gray. You can pick orange, whatever you want. This is for the chicken mommy, okay? That's what we're going to do. So we're going to start with a magic ring. Very straightforward, okay? So I like to, you can also do the alternative one, which is a chain of 2 and put everything into the first chain you made. This is the actual magic ring. This is how I do it. I cross it over. I insert my hook. Watch how I move my finger. Insert my hook, grab my yarn, okay, and pull it through. Then I hold everything in place with my right hand. Well, if you're lefty, turn it around. Oh, quick reminder for my lefty. Well, let me finish this up first so you guys can see it, okay? So I put my ring finger in, okay? Then I'm going to adjust everything so it's ready to go. And I'll make a chain of 1 so that my magic ring doesn't go anywhere. For my lefties, is anyone a lefty here? Okay, if there's a lefty here, please use a Chrome browser. Use the Chrome extension. It's a free extension called Video Mirror. Okay, attach it or install it into your Chrome browser. That allows you to mirror the video around so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, for all my lefties, use the Chrome extension. It's free. You don't have to pay for it, or don't have to add your email address, nothing. It's just add it to your browser, okay? That's all there is. It's called Video Mirror. Use it, please. That way you have no problem following along, okay? This works for any video on a Chrome browser that you're watching. You can flip any video around, okay? So once you have your magic ring ready to go, we're going to add 6 single crochets to the ring. So far, it should be very straightforward. 1, let's count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once you have 6, take your yarn and pull it. Pull it. Make it tight. Okay. And I like to use my yarn end as a stitch marker. Okay. You pick whatever works for you. We are going in continuous rounds. You're going to need a stitch marker. Please get your stitch marker ready to go, okay? I like to use my yarn end. It's right there. It's ready to go. It's hanging around anyways. Might as well use it, okay? So that's what I'm doing. I'm using my yarn end as my stitch marker. Now, let's make sure we're going into the right stitch. In the next round, round 2, you're going into each stitch and you're going to crochet 2 single crochets each. Now you're probably noticing that I do yarn overs and I'm not doing yarn unders. Now, a lot of amigurumi designers, some people call it amigurumi. That's what I used to call it. I was told it's amigurumi. Whatever. Point is that you can also do yarn under. It makes your crochet a little tighter. Heads up, if you've not done that before, you may be sore at your arm or your wrist at the very end because you're not used to it. But so here's what yarn, this is yarn over. Okay, and then this is yarn under. It's gonna look a little different. The stitch looks a little different. It'll make it a little tighter, but it can be beneficial for amigurumi so that your polyfill doesn't come through. But if you have a tight tension, you're good to go with the way I do it. If you have looser tension, go down in hook size, okay? How many? Depends on your tension, okay? Just keep going. So we're still round 2. I just wanted to clarify a few things before we keep going, okay? You guys have a few people that are lefties. There you go. Let me grab some of my yarn here. Yeah, use the free video mirror chrome extension. It'll be a lifesaver for all the lefties. I know some lefties always expect us to make a second video. I think it's silly. You have a free extension. Just use it. Trust me, it's going to be a lifesaver because it'll work for all the videos. Much easier than asking people to do it. And faster too. Anyways, so we have now 12 stitches in the very first, in the second round. We're going to move up our stitch marker, okay? And in the next round, which is round 3, you're going to start with 1 single crochet in the first stitch, then 2 single crochets in the following stitch. And now we're going to repeat that. But first, I want to make sure real quick I did exactly what I said earlier. I did 2 stitches per stitch. Let me confirm I actually did that. Yep. I want to make sure. Sometimes when I talk, I miss a stitch. So we're now going to do round 3, and round 3 is 1 single crochet, then 2 single crochets, and I repeat that until the end of that round, okay? It's very straightforward. I promise you, you've got this. Stay positive. If you got called origami, there you go. That kind of works too, right? You're folding things, you're putting things together. It almost works. It almost works. And I know I made a mistake just now, didn't I? Hang on. No, I didn't. Wait, I did somewhere. I did somewhere. Hang on. I got to go back. Let me check. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Somewhere I made a mistake. 2. Oh, I made 2 2s next to each other. See, this is what happens when I talk. That's okay. You guys get bloopers with it. That's how it works when we do live tutorials, right? You get some bloopers. I can't cut them out anyway, so might as well. Well, we're going to have fun. We all human. We all make mistakes. It's okay. Hello, hello. What hook size? Okay, I'm using a 4mm hook, you guys. 4mm hook. Kim, am I too fast for you? Okay, I'm going to slow down for a second here. So let me repeat. Remember, you have the written instructions, so follow along with the written instructions. You might not be able to crochet with me step by step at the same time, but I want you to pay attention. I feel like that's actually more important for you to pay attention to it. That way you can actually catch up, because otherwise you're going to miss something, okay? So in the very first round, we did a magic ring, chain 1 just to hold the magic ring in place. It is not counted as a stitch. Then I added 6 single crochets into the ring and I closed the ring. In the following round, we're doing continuous rounds, use a stitch marker. Then I did 2 single crochets per stitch all the way around. And in the last round that we just did, it was 1 single crochet, then 2 single crochets, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, and all the way around. Got it? Okay. And stitch counter can help. Yes, totally. Okay. So now you're going to go in the next round. You're going to do 1 single crochet in 2 stitches. Okay, like so, 1, 2. And then a following stitch, you're going to do 2 stitches in the same stitch. So it's an increase. So 1, 1, 2. Now we're going to repeat that. 1, 1, 2. Okay, these are all single crochet stitches. So it's very straightforward. So 1, 1, then 2. 1, 1. And then 2. When I say 2, I'm talking about 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Okay, so you do that until the end. All right. Are we all good so far? I love Barbara's in a car. I'm not in the car. This time you're not in the car. I was about to say you are in the car. Last time I went live, Barbara was in the car. That was funny. All right. I'm really excited for this. Let's see how the gray one looks like in the end. So I'm about to finish this round, and then we're going to go into the next. So in the next round, just to confirm, I can tell you how many stitches we have. We have currently 24 stitches at this stage. Okay, we're going into round 5. It's going to have 30 stitches, okay, at the end of the round. So here's what we're going to do in round 5. We're going to do 1 single crochets in 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1 single crochet in each stitch for 3 stitches, like so. So 1, 1, 1. Okay, and then the next stitch you're going to crochet 2 single crochets. Okay, so 1, 1, 1, then 2, which is an increase. Next one. So we'll do it again. 1, 1, 1, and then 2 single crochets in the same stitch. And you do this until the end of the round, okay? Yes, you guys can pause the video. It'll kind of go back there a little bit, but you won't listen to the live part of it anymore. So the comments may not match up to what you're watching. So just be a heads up on that part, okay? So you can always slow it down after. I highly recommend just paying attention right now and commenting when need be. And then once the live tutorial is done, then I would highly recommend you guys do replays. And then you can also then change the speed of how I talk. YouTube allows you to change the speed. So that way you can hear it a little slower. Okay. That might be helpful for some of you guys. So right now I'm just doing what I just said. Okay. So, ooh, I need to grab some more yarn. My yarn is pulling. Okay, so are we good? Are we good so far? So we are now, this is round 5 that I just finished. Okay, round 5, are we clear? I want to show you guys something for a second because it can really benefit some of you guys. All right, do you guys see where the increases are? The increases all look the same. Okay, do you see that? Right here, this is an increase, here's an increase, here's an increase, here's an increase. You can see it over here too. See, increase, 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 increase. So, which means you are going to place an increase on top of an increase. That's what you're doing. So if you want to check yourself, this is how you check yourself. Did I put an increase on top of an increase? Let me show you in the next round to make it a little bit more clear, okay? Is there a written pattern? Yes, there is. Do you see what it says up there? Right there. That's the written pattern right here. I put the link up there so you guys can easily grab it. I'm actually going to copy it real quick and put it into the comments for you guys. So it's also in the description of the video, but I'm going to pop it really quickly here into the comments so you guys have it. Now listen up, there is a table of content. It's a very long blog post, okay? There's a table of content after the very first image. And when you expand the table of content, you can click directly on part 1. It'll jump you there. That way you don't have to scroll. Sometimes ads make it reload, so heads up on that. You can also purchase the PDF if you find that more helpful, okay? So we're now going into the next round. Are you guys ready? Okay. Sandra, you're a little late? You're fine. We just started. You can always watch the replay. It's all good. All right. We're now going to the next round, which is round 6. So let me show you now what I just talked about with the increases. We're going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch until we hit the increase, which is 4 stitches in a row. Okay, so there's 4 single crochets in a row. And then now we hit the increase. You see it right there? That's the increase. Let me come a little closer so you can see it. There's the increase. So right on top of the increase, right here, we're going to place 2 single crochets. I just split my yarn. 2 single crochets, which is an increase, right, on top of it. Okay, see that? So I put an increase on top of an increase. So that's what we're doing. So if you don't want to count, you can do that. So 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches, or until you hit your increase. So here I'm did 4 now, and there's my increase right there. So right on top of it, I'm going to place my increase. We're placing an increase on top of an increase. So it's actually easy to remember. Now it'll turn the circle a little bit into like a hexagon, but it's fine because you can't see that in the end. It's not a big deal. Okay. So here I'm actually using my technique right now because that way I can talk and read your guys' comments at the same time. Ooh, I'm pulling multiple yarns here at the same time. My apologies. Okay, let's keep going. I like the way of making the beginning. I like this way of making the beginning of a career What do you mean by career? I'm confused. Let's see. Thank you. I did not see that. That's totally fine. It's all good. No worries. No worries. I know sometimes we watch certain things up close, like you hyper focus on a specific thing and then we don't see anything around it. So I totally get it. I've done that too. It's totally fine. You know, it's the situation where, where's the ketchup in the fridge, right? It's like right there in front of you, but you can't see it because you're looking at everything else. I totally get it. It happens. Okay. Next. We are in the next round just momentarily. And at the end of this round, if my memory is correct, we should be at 36 stitches. Okay. 36 stitches. Here's a way to figure it out. If you ever want to know how many stitches it has, and some patterns don't write it down, here's how you figure it out. You started with 6 single crochets. Okay, that means you have 6 repeats all the way around. Now, if you count how many stitches you have per repeat, there's 4 single crochets and an increase, which means you turned it into 6 single crochets per repeat. That means 6 times the initial 6 means 36 stitches, okay, in that specific round. That's how you can figure it out. If you ever want to know, that's how you figure it out. Okay, so now we're going into the next round. We're going into round 7. We have 2 more increasing rounds, okay? So round 7 is going to be 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches, and then an increase, like so. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then an increase. And then you do this until the end of the round. All right, let's see. The amount of stitches I follow in a row you are on. So if you have 3 single crochets and an increase, that is 5 single crochets together. So I know that I am on right. Is that true? Did I do that? Yes, actually, that's true. That works too. I had to double check for a second that you're correct. Yes, you are correct, Kiran. You are correct. Yeah, that's actually right. So I actually know how many stitches there are. Per round, yes. I had to look for a second what you mean, Paula. I didn't know what you meant per lap. Do some countries call it labs? I didn't even think about that. I mean, it makes sense. You know, you would call it a lab for track and field. That's the first thing I thought about when you said that. Because I used to be in track and field. Hang on a second. My yarn has decided to do a little mess here. Woohoo! Hang on a second. I have a knot here somewhere. My apologies. That happens. Blooper time. Come on, yarn. Work with me. Where'd it go? Oops. I just pulled it. Hang on a second. Something is tangled. My yarn decided to undo itself and make a knot here somewhere, and I can't. Oh, I got it. I got it. I got it. I don't know why I decided to do that just now. Where am I pulling from? Oh, there we go. I got it now. Lordy almighty. Happens. Did I pull my stitches out? Only a couple. It's fine. I like that count round. Yes, that's actually a really good tip. Very good tip. I think at some point I thought about that, but I forget about it sometimes because I focus on where my increases are. And that's more important to me in this moment. All right. Yarn barf. I know. This was technically not yarn barf. It was just a tangled mess. Because the outside yarn tangled with the inside yarn. Have you ever had that? Where the two start mixing together? Well, that's just what happened to me. The outside yarn decided to mix with the inside yarn. Fun times. And then you have a knot. Hopefully not. But in this case, I didn't. It was just tangled. Ooh, my nose is tickly. My nose is tickly. Oh, and my stitch just didn't work out. Hang on. There we go. Ooh, my nose. Light makes my nose tickle. Happens. Okay. We just finished. What round was this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Round 7. Okay. We have one more increasing round, you guys. One more increasing round. At least for this little section. We have more increasing rounds, but not right away. Okay. And now we're going to do round 8. and round 8 is going to be 6 single crochets in a row, 1 per stitch. And then we're going to do an increase. Okay, so let's see. Did I do 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now an increase. Okay. Mixing of yarn happens a lot. I know, right? I'm always counting. I get it. I'm trying to count at the same time as I'm talking to you guys. I actually really enjoy these live tutorials because I feel like I'm not alone. Do you feel like that too with these live tutorials? I feel like I'm not alone. You guys are all there with me. We're all crocheting, or somewhat at least thinking about crocheting at the same time. It's so much fun. If you guys have any questions, I'm here for you, okay? This is your chance. Ask me anything if you want, hopefully related to the pattern. That's ideal. That's where we're at. If you guys want me to tell you any other tricks, we'll see if I can come up with any. We can always think about that. Yeah, you get the yarn caught up too from the inside and the outside. It's so annoying when it happens because sometimes the inside yarn, you know, it's nicely pulled out, but the outside yarn is stuffed in kind of, and then it tangles up with the inside yarn. It's kind of funny. And then squeezes there somehow. Happens. I don't know why they do it that way. Just leave one on the outside and one on the inside. Okay. Almost there. Almost there. Okay, a few more stitches here, and I'll show you. And if you guys want me to measure this, I can totally measure this. Remember, this is by my tension only. I think I'm going to measure it. I'll show you because I don't think I measured this before. Okay, this is how far we are. Okay, these are the increasing rounds so far. Okay, we have 48 stitches. We finished round 8. Let me measure it for you guys. I'll give you both metric and so I'm going to go from one corner to the next so it's easy to remember. So this is about 4 inches. If I flip it around, if you need a centimeters, I know some of you guys do, roughly 10 centimeters. Okay, 4 inches, roughly 10 centimeters. That's where we're at. I just did from one corner to the next. That's what I did. Okay, that's the diagonal we're looking at. Are we good? Okay, now from round 9 through 16, you're just gonna crochet single crochet stitches. 1 stitch per stitch. Okay, no increases, no decreases, nothing. Okay, that means all you have to do is make sure that you count your rounds. Make sure you have the correct number. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna switch around once you've gone from this to this. Okay, I have it ready to go here for me. So that way I can show you. Hang on. I have like 3 scans happening at the same time because I have it pre-prepared. So right here. So once you have now done 1 single crochet per stitch, you end up with 48 stitches. Okay. At the end of round 16, that's just 1 single crochet per stitch. That's all. Okay. Now we're going into round 17, okay? Round 17, we're now going to do some decreases. And here's where you're learning something new, okay? Is there a trick on counting single crochets even rounds? You mean on rounds where there is just single crochets? Is that what you're asking for? Let me show you. Okay, I'm going to show you on this example right here. So remember, you have your stitch marker. That's what I use, okay? So what I do is I go over right here. So just slide over a little bit and look at the last round that you did increases. Here's an increase, here's an increase. Look, this was my last round of increases right here, okay? This one was my last increase. So what I do is right on top of my increase, I'm going to count how many stitches do I have on top of it. Okay, so you go here, this one would be round 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Ooh, I missed one round. See, this is how you stitch, how you see. Actually, I need to do one more round. So watch, right here is the last increase. Okay, that means that was round 8. So now you go to 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I have one more round to go. So I'm going to do that one with you guys together, and then we'll do decreases. So we need 16 rounds in total at this point. So let's just do that. I'm just going to do one round of just increases. Totally fine. Happens. I miscounted last night. So this is how I count. and I checked with you. And I found a mistake. It's like you called me out on it. You're like, Nikki, I see one round less. Are you sure about it? It's like you could read the mind of my crochet project. It's probably calling on you and saying, tell Nikki to recount because she's missing one round. Happens. It's okay. So I'm catching up now. I'm doing round 16, one single crochet per stitch. Are we all good so far? I want to make sure everyone is on track. You might not be able to crochet with me at the same time, and that's okay. I don't need you to. I need you to understand what I'm crocheting and ask questions where anything is confusing. If anything is confusing, you let me know. That's what I'm here for. That's the idea of a live video tutorial. You get to ask questions as I'm going through it. Okay, almost there. I was trying to work ahead so you guys didn't have to watch me just crochet single crochet stitches. Because I understand there's a whole section. There's another section where it's a little bit bigger. And I did that one too, just to make sure of it. Okay. Thank you. I've been telling down my pencils on paper. Yes, you can totally do that too. You can totally do that too. You can also check it off on your paper if you printed it out the way I did. Check it off and see to make sure that you've all your rows down, okay, or rounds done. So now I moved up my stitch marker. I have the correct amount of rounds now. Just love hanging out with you. Thank you. I'm so glad. Okay, so now we're going into round 17. Okay, I'm going to show you the pattern here for a second so it's very clear of what we're doing. Okay, so where's my pen? Gotta check things off and check it twice, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 through 16 we just did. Okay, we're now going into round 17. Let me explain this one really quickly. Okay, this is called the invisible single crochet decrease. You can totally just do a regular decrease, but it's gonna be very visible, which is why we're doing the invisible single crochet decrease. Okay, we're going to do literally backwards of what we just did. Okay, we would increases. Do you see that? We were going backwards. Here we did one single crochet in 6 stitches, then an increase. Now we're doing one single crochet in 6 stitches and a decrease. You see, we're going to decrease now. So let's do that. Let me move this to the side. And we're now going to go into round 17. We're going to do 6 single crochets. So 1 per stitch. Oh, my nose is so tickly today. I am really annoyed at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, let me show you the invisible single crochet decrease. It is so much easier than you might think. Okay, so watch this. So what you're going to do is over the next 2 stitches right here, okay, you're going to insert your hook. I'm going to do very slowly. So watch this. Put your hooks down. Watch me. Okay, you're going to go through the front loop of the next stitch. You're going to twist it a little bit and go through the front loop of the next stitch. So you went through 2 front loops right now. That's all you did. Going through 2 front loops. Okay, that's what you're doing. Now yarn over and pull through both. Now you have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through 2. You made 1 single crochet, but you combined the 2 stitches together by going through the front loops. Okay, and that's your invisible single crochet decrease. That's what you did. Okay, now let's do it again. So 1 single crochet in the next 6 stitches. So that's 4, 5, and 6. Let me confirm I just did this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Marcia, you're late. That's totally fine. You can always watch the replay. Okay, now let's do it again. One more time. Watch this. Pay attention. I see you. I see you. Watch me. Okay, go through the front loops of 2 stitches. So front loop, yarn over, pull through. Well, don't split your yarn like I do. Now you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through. Done. There is your invisible single crochet decrease. Okay, now let's do this all the way around. So 1 single crochet in the next 6 stitches. I'm gonna count in a second here. Got to find my invisible single crochet decrease. right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one more stitch, and now invisible single crochet decrease. So they are invisible, they're hard to see, they're hard to catch, so count your stitches. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I hope I am not making you guys confused with your own counting. Sandra, I love your little emoji. Thank you for the emoji. All right, invisible single crochet decrease. Now let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I want to make sure I'm not doing a mistake, so I'm counting my stitches. And let's finish it up. And 6, and one more single crochet decrease here, invisible. All right, and we're now in the next round. We're going to keep decreasing now, okay? So move up your stitch marker, and now let's keep decreasing. You're going to do 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches now, because we decreased one of them, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and now invisible single crochet decrease. Okay, and let's keep going. We'll do this again. We'll do this all the way around. So 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and invisible single crochet decrease. There we go. I double check I did 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Just needed to double check. Okay, and then let's keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and invisible single crochet decrease. Just gonna keep going. Are we good? I might look for those knitting stitch markers. Be careful with knitting stitch markers. Some of them are literally just a loop, like a ring, and they're not going to be helpful for you in crochet, because if you're going to use them in crochet, they're literally going to be stuck in your crochet. You can't get them out. So be careful which one you're using. It's best to look for locking stitch markers. I can show you one in a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm actually going to show you a trick in a second to see where your invisible single crochet decreases are. You ever have that issue where, like, I don't know where they are now, they're invisible. If you look on the back, you'll be able to tell where you have a back loop left over. Right here is a back loop left over. Now with the gray, it's a little bit harder to see, but there's a back loop left over, 2 of them in a row. Okay, and that's how you can tell where your invisible single crochet decreases are. Obviously, that's before you stuff the whole thing, right? Okay, let's finish this round up. Are we good with these types of rounds? I want to make sure everyone is good. Are we all good? To find my decrease of stitch, I will look at the back. Yes, exactly. It looks different at the back. True, I forgot about that with knit markers. Yes, let me show you mine for a second. Okay. I find that I can feel them, but yes, you can feel it too. Okay, so here are my locking stitch markers. These are the ones I prefer. These guys. Let me hold it in my hand properly. These ones. I prefer these ones. They are also, let me see if I have the other ones. No, they're not in here. There's also the ones, oh, here's one. There's also these types. They're a little thicker. They're harder to move, harder to open, but it works. They stay in place. So these ones are typically cheaper than the other ones that I just showed you. But those ones work. You want something that opens. Otherwise, for crochet, the stitch marker will stay put. Be careful with the ring ones. So in the next round, you're going to crochet 1 single crochet in 4 stitches, and then you're going to do a decrease. Okay, invisible single crochet decrease. Now you can also do regular decrease. Let me show you in a second how a regular decrease looks like, and you're going to decide on your own which one you're going to pick. Okay, I did 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's a regular single crochet decrease. What you're going to do is you go and pull up loops on both stitches, okay, that you're decreasing, and then yarn over, go through 3, but you can see that's very visible. Okay, see if I make another single crochet here, you have big gaps in between. You see how big the gaps are, and it's very visible. Okay, this is why I don't like those. I want it to be a smooth transition. So going through the front loops and then putting one stitch on top of it is much cleaner. Okay, let's keep going. So I'm currently on, which round am I currently on? See, now Kiran, now we can't do the counting part anymore the way you did before. Okay, let me check where we are working on round 19 right now. Just that you know. You have those seconds markers? Yes, you can totally use those. As you can tell, I personally prefer my yarn. It's easier and faster to move. Let me double check I did the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. It's just easier to move up. Like I just pull it out and then move it up. So I prefer that. But you do what works best for you, okay? Where's my decrease? Here's my decrease, right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, and decrease. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and decrease. Okay, like so. Now we're going to go in the next round. So see how I do it. I have my this is the yarn from the center, right? From the magic ring. I'm just pulling it out and moving it up. So that's, I prefer that. It goes faster. Okay, and I don't have to put my work down and stuff like that. In the next round, we're going to do 1 single crochet in 3 stitches, and then you do the decrease. Oopsie daisy. Okay. Sorry, I finally made it to the live. Yes, I'm so glad you're here, Sharon. Hello, hello. You actually closed out. You can always come back. I'm glad you're back. It happens sometimes. We click on the wrong thing, and it's suddenly it's like, oh, Nikki's gone. Don't worry, I'm right here. Just keep going, okay? Just click back into the link. We're right here. How's it going, everyone? Everyone still on track? I want to make sure I'm not missing a stitch. I keep having to count my stitches. The decreasing part is the hardest because I can't just put it one on top of the other. It's hard to see them. So I have to count my stitches. 1, 2, 3. And then decrease. 1, 2, 3. And decrease. I believe we have only one more round of decreases after. Am I correct? Pretty sure. Yep, one more. Okay. Oops. 1, 2, and 3. And then decrease. Now we're going on the last round of decreases. Last round of decreases, at least for this section right here. Okay. So we're going to do 1 single crochet in 2 stitches and then a decrease. And that is, by the way, round, let me confirm on my paper. We are on round 21. Is that correct? Yes, 21. Okay, 1, 2, then decrease. 1, 2, and decrease. 1, 2, decrease. 1, 2, and decrease. Gotta count here, otherwise I'm gonna miss a stitch. 1, 2, and decrease. Okay, is this clear? We made like almost a ball. Okay, so now we need to go the opposite direction again. Now we're about 45 minutes in, so I want to know from you guys, rounds 22 through 28 are going to be just increasing rounds. Do you want me to show them to you, or do you want me to just focus on the head right now? Okay, Because here's the thing, the increasing rounds are exactly the same thing as we did here in the beginning. They just go until, so it's like the next round will be 1 single crochet and 2 stitches, then an increase, then all the way around. Following round is 1 single crochet and 3 stitches, increase all the way around. And so forth until you have 1 single crochet and 8 stitches, see? So 22, right down here. This is then 23, 24, and then 25, 26, 27, 28. So it goes until 1 single crochet and 8 stitches and an increase, okay? Until you have 60 stitches. Do you want me to show you guys this again? If not, we can move on, because after that, it's just single crochet rows. I think I should focus on the head. How do you guys feel? How do you guys feel? Do you guys want me to skip to the head? Because this is just a repeat of what I just taught you. I want to make sure that everyone is on the same page. Focus on the head. Okay, focus on the head and tail. Then let's do that, because I already worked ahead. Lucky me! So here we go. I worked ahead. So this is how it's going to look like. Okay, so right here. So this is the section that we just did down here. Okay, then you're going to increase, increase, increase until you are on round 28. And then from round 28, you're going to do single crochets 1 per stitch all the way till the end. Okay. And that's going to be until round 43. So this is after 43. That's where we're at. Are we good? So what I like to do at this stage is I'm going to push this in already. You can let it hang out. It's up to you. I like to push it in already. Okay. Just literally push it inside. This is going to be your hole there. Got it? So that's on the inside. So what we're now going to do, and the instructions, I want to show you the instructions so you're following with me at the same time, okay? It says here, flatten out the chicken body to make it easier to see what we do next, okay? You're going to do 1 single crochet in next 9 stitches, then cross over to the other side of the flattened body, 1 single crochet next 9 stitches, and you're now going in, ooh, I made a typo here, continuous rounds, okay? That's what we're going to do. So watch this. So I'm flattened out my body this way. Flatten it out. You can have this on the inside. You can have it on the outside. I don't care. Okay. We don't care about this right now. So this is flattened out. See that? Flattened out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go 9 stitches. Okay. And then skip over to the other side. And I'll show you how to do that. So you can re-flatten it however works best for you. Okay. It's probably best to have it on the corners. Okay, wherever your stitch is, have it in the corner, like so. It's in the corner. See that? So now we're going to, I'm going to need a stitch marker. So, Nikki, you need a stitch marker. Ooh, I have some yarn here, so I'm going to use that. Okay. On my very first stitch, I'm going to put a yarn, my yarn here. So this is my stitch marker right now. Okay, right here. So I'm going to do 9 stitches right now. We're working on the head now. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So that's 9 stitches in a row. Got it? Now what you're going to do is you're going to flatten it out again, just to make sure it's flattened. Your stitch marker should be on the edge right here, like so. Now you're going to count over here backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here's the 9th stitch, and I'm going to go into it right here. Okay, where's my yarn? Right here. So I did 9 stitches in this direction. Now I skipped over my flattened body. You got it? Flattened body over, and now I have 9 more stitches right here to go. Right here. Is this clear? This is a very important step. Is this clear? This step right here, is this clear? Please, please, please let me know in the comments right now. I need to know, is this clear? So my stitch marker is in the corner of the flattened body. I did 9 single crochets. Now I skipped over to the other side after counting another 9 stitches and went into the 9th stitch. Okay, that's where I'm placing my next single crochet. Okay, and I'm gonna go back over here until I hit my stitch marker. At this point then, I should have 18 stitches in that row or round. Are we clear? Yes, we're clear. Yay! Okay, that's very important. So this is what I meant by crossing over to the other side. I know it's very hard to explain this part. How would you explain this part? I don't know. I explained it in a way that's easy to understand. At least I hope so. You flatten it out, you make your 9 stitches, you go on the other side, you make more 9 stitches. Now you have a tiny circle, right? And you're going in rounds. We're good? We good? Yay, it's clear. Woohoo! Okay, so now let's keep going. What are the instructions? I don't have it memorized. Okay. We're now going to move up our stitch marker, okay? My little teeny tiny stitch marker moved up. We're going to do one more round of just single crochets, okay? So 1 single crochet per stitch. So that's round 2 of the head, okay? By the way, the reason I'm using a different stitch marker right now is because my inside one is too short now. So that's why. So now I'm just going to go in a round here, and you should still have 18 stitches. Count it. Make sure you still have 18 stitches. 18 stitches at this stage. Doo-doo-doo. It's 1 single crochet per stitch. I wish I could have some music in the background. I'm worried that YouTube does something with copyright and stuff. That's okay. That way you guys can focus on me. Haha. Focus on me. No, I'm just being silly. Yes, we're 18 stitches. Okay, we now did round 1 and 2. We're now going to do decreases again. Okay, we're going to do 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now a decrease. Invisible single crochet decrease, just like we did before, exactly the same way. And now let's repeat until the end of the stitch marker, okay? Or end of the row. 1, 2, 3. Wait, that was 2. 1, 2, 3. And 4. Let me confirm. I just did 4 stitches. Let me confirm. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. And a decrease. Here we go. Now let's again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a decrease. Okay, that was round 3 of the head. Now let's go to round 4 of the head. Move up our stitch marker. Come on, stitch marker, work with me. Okay, now we're going to do 1, 2, 3 stitches, and then we're doing the decrease. Are we good so far? Leave a comment. Let me know. Are we good? I like the hand waving. Hello, hello. Okay, let's do this again. 1, 2, 3, and decrease. Guys, it's going to get tight. Make sure your stitches stay tight. Usually when things get tighter, we get looser. Haha, it's kind of weird, right? But we're holding it a certain way that sometimes it gets looser, and we don't want that. So keep your stitches tight, okay? Because this is going to get stuffed later. And you want to make sure everything stays nice and neat. Okay, that was round 4. One more decreasing round. It's going to get tighter. See how tiny the hole is now? And don't worry about the eyes. You can add them later. There's still room down here, okay, where you can put your fingers in. So don't worry about the eyes right now. Even if you use plastic eyes, you can do it after. You're all good. So we're now going to do 1, 2 stitches in a row, okay? And then we're going to do a decrease, just like before, okay? Madeline, I must be crazy. I have 3 projects in the making already, and I'm adding this one. Hey, we're having fun together. We're not complaining our whips. I always think our whips are just like our children. We always have more and more coming, okay? And when they finish, they move out. Just like that. You can gift it. You can hand it off. You get the point, right? We're not selling them. You get the point. I meant the children part of it. Okay. Anyways, that was probably a weird joke what I just did. Whatever. That was probably not right. Anyways, I think you guys got the point. All right, here we go. Here's the head. Okay, if you find your head is a little short, you can totally add an extra row after round 2 to make it a little bigger. It's fine, okay? Either small head or bigger head. Add 1. Let's see, I'll show you. So we have Okay, we have 2 rounds of just single crochets. If you find that this head is too small for you, okay, add another round here. 1 or 2 extra rounds is totally fine before you start to decrease. Okay, if you want to, go for it. It's all depends on you. You decide how you want to do it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to use our handy dandy needle. Here's mine. Okay, we're going to cut it. Where did my scissors go? Uh-oh, I just kicked something over. Okay, here are my scissors. I'm going to snip it. Okay, we're going to take out our stitch marker. Whoop! And I'm going to pull this out, and we're going to close up our hole there. Okay, going to close it up like so. And now we're going to weave through the front loops of every stitch that we have here. So there should be 9 stitches left. Okay, you can do one more round of decreases if you want to, but I'm going to leave it like this. So 1, we're just going to go through the front loops here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So now that you went through all the front loops, okay, you're going to pull, whee, and it closes up the hole. Ta-da! Magic. See? It's all closed up. So now you just have to weave it in, okay? That's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to weave it in. Weave it down maybe a little bit. Zigzags, however you want to do it. Just make sure it's not visible, okay? You can put this inside out if you like. And then weave it through there. Like so. I like to go in many different directions so everything is smooth. The more you weave it, the better. That way you don't even need a knot. So really weave it. Was I off camera? My apologies. See, I'm just going to go back and forth. Okay, I think this was enough. It's not going to come undone. Snip. Okay, head is done. At least most of the part is done. Okay, there we go. So now what you're doing is we're going to do the head, the tail, excuse me. Okay, I'm going to embroider the eyes. Yes, I have a goat and a bear hat. There you go. I'm using the invisible fasting off method. Yes, I guess is that called the invisible fasting off method? That's the way I was taught. So I'm just going with it. I didn't know how to name. I'm just weaving it through the last round, just the front loops. Okay, just the front loops. It makes it cleaner. So that's what I'm doing. Let's see. Are you using? Yeah, I don't know. Is that what the name is called? You love my nails? They're fake, guys. I love that you love them, but they're fake. Okay, now it's time for the tail. So we still have it nice and flattened. So let me show you the instructions for the tail before we go into the eyes and everything. Okay, so we can stuff this later. I know I wrote down you can stuff it at this point. I'm not doing it just yet. Okay, I'm going to do it after. You can do it at this point and add your plastic eyes. I'm going to do it after. So we're going to focus now on the tail. Okay, the tail is 1 single crochet in the next 8 stitches. Oh, hang on. You flatten it out. You're going to do reattach your yarn, and you have 4 stitches from the edge of the flattened body. Okay, and then you go around it and then do it again. So what you want to do, where's my hook? Here's my hook. Okay, flatten it out. Okay, you're going to count from the edge right here, just like you did over here with 9 stitches. You're going to do it 4 over here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right here is going to be your very first stitch. Where's my yarn? Right here. So I'm going to grab my slip knot. I'm going to attach it to my hook. Okay, let's count again to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the 4th stitch right here. Okay, I'll make my first single crochet. I'm going to add my stitch marker at this point. Actually, it's going to do it after because it always has to be before the first stitch. Now we're going to go 8 stitches in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, like so. Ooh, hopefully I have enough yarn. I may have not cut enough. So you see that now? So I had flattened it out. I counted 4 stitches back. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where I added my first stitch. Okay, then I did 8 stitches in total. So we have 4 here and 4 here. Okay, that's 8 stitches in total. Okay, now we're going over here to the very first stitch that we made. I'm going to add my stitch marker at this point. Well, I could use my yarn end here. I'm going to use this for now. Okay, and now we're going to go in rounds. And it says here, we're now going to do decreases. Okay, we're going to do an invisible single crochet decrease. 1 right here, right away in the next round, and decrease, because that's where we want our decreases to be. Okay, now we're going to do 1 single crochet in the next, what did I write down? 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And here's another invisible single crochet decrease. So if you're actually looking at it, there's 2 in a row. Okay, now you could do another round of decreases, or you can just fasten it off at this point. So there's plenty of stitches to fasten off, and that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, so I'm going to cut up my yarn. If you want, you can do one more round of decreases. If you want your tail to be a little bit more pointy, you can totally do that. I really like how you start the row with a new slip. Yes, add your slip knot to your hook first. It makes it so much easier. Then you don't have to do a chain of 1. Haha. Anyways, okay, this is good. Okay, so far so good. So now you're going to do the exact same thing as we did over here. You're going to weave through all the stitches that you have left. Okay, just weave through. Oops, gotta move this away. Like this. I think there's one more. And pull, pull. And I pull it up here because I want a pointy one. You can make it flat if you like, but I want my tail to be a little pointy. So I'm pulling it up. Okay. And then I'm going to weave it in. I'm going to actually weave it to the inside. Turn it a little bit. Okay. And I'm going to weave it. Do I have enough yarn to weave this over? I think I have enough yarn, you guys. Okay. Now, I want to weave this in too. So let me grab another needle real quick so I don't have to move this. I'm going to weave this guy in here. And then it's time to start stuffing. Because remember, I am doing a French knot, you guys, on my eyes. So I don't need to add my plastic eyes. Okay, I'm going to weave this in just a tad here. There we go. And I'll let this hang in there. I don't have to cut it. Nobody's going to see it in the end. Okay, it's time now to sew together. This part is usually, I feel like the more challenging part of the entire thing. After you got the head and tail done, it's all good. So what you need to do now is, if you want to add plastic eyes, at this point you want to add plastic eyes. The plastic eyes should be right here on the opposite side of each other. So around 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 to 4 rows down from the top, and they need to be on both sides like this. Okay, do you see how my fingers are on the opposite side of each other? That's where your plastic eyes need to be. Okay, so I am doing embroidery, so I'm not going to add my plastic eyes. I'm going to add my polyfill at this point. I'm going to take a teeny tiny bit of it, and I'm going to stuff it in the head. Okay, like so. I'm going to stuff it into the head. Ta-da! Okay, it's just slightly into the head. Now I'm going to add more polyfill around. Make sure this is high up, and you want to now stuff it around it. Don't overstuff it. Don't overstuff it. Otherwise you're going to have trouble adding your little chicks in later. So I'm going to stuff it slightly here on the side. Okay, around the inner circle. You know that thingy that we have on the inside? Just kind of go around it. Add a little bit more here on this side. And a tiny bit more on the back here. Okay, so it's about like this. See that? It's still plenty of room. Like I could stuff in more. But what I don't want to do is overstuff it. I want to be able to make sure I can add my chicks inside here and the eggs. So don't overstuff it. So now what we need to do, I'm going to pull this up here a little bit. Okay, just a little bit. You see that? It's a little bit pulled up. So what we want to do now is we're going to sew over across, but we want to catch some of this over here. So let me show you. We're going to take our needle. So there's two ways to sew this really. Okay. You can do the mattress stitch or you can do the whip stitch. Okay. The whip stitch goes in and out. So you go in, loop around, out, in, out, in, out. You kind of going in loops like this. This is the whip stitch. I like to do the mattress stitch because I feel like it's cleaner. So what you're going to do, make sure you have enough yarn. You're going to go in and out of your stitches. See that? In and out of your stitch, like so. Then you're going to go to the other side and go in and out of your stitch. And then you're going to pull. Okay. Make sure that your tail is still good. And then again, go to the other side. This is part that's a little bit challenging to show. I'm going to zoom in slightly so you can see it. Okay. How are we doing? Let's see. Did I miss a question, you guys? Hello, everyone. I'm bad at overstuffing. If you think you overstuffed it, pull it out. Pull a little bit out. So the way to figure out if it's enough room is you need to be able to put your hands in there and you can stretch everything on the inside. It's very hard to show here on camera on how the lighting and stuff, but there needs to be plenty of room in there. Okay. Plenty of room. If you're not sure, here's another way to do it. Don't finish your mommy chicken until you have your chicks and eggs done. Stuff your chicks and eggs on the inside, then sew this up. That way you know you don't overstuff it. Hey, that's a great method, right? So if you're worried about overstuffing, don't finish this up until you have part 2 done. Then you can sew it up. Okay? So here I'm going in and out over here. Okay, to sew this up. I'm going to try to do this a little faster here. This is the mattress stitch. I'm going back and forth from one side to the next. One stitch in, one stitch out, like so. In between, I pull a little bit. Make sure you don't make any knots. So that kind of brings this together a little bit more cleaner. Whip stitch is going to be a little bit more visible. Mattress stitch is going to be a little bit invisible. It's still visible, but not as obvious. Okay, like not extreme. But you do as it works for you. It really doesn't matter. You can do whip stitch, you can do the mattress stitch. Just sew it up. Now, about halfway or so, I want to grab some of this. Okay, so I want to go through this. So here's what I'm doing. Okay, we're about roughly halfway. So I'm going to catch one of these. I probably do 3 or 4 stitches across. So do you see that? I'm catching this. I'm going across. And now I'm going back to my mattress stitch right here. Cross. Cross. And now I'm going to grab another piece right here. I'm going to just go through the inside piece. See that? Just going to go through the inside piece. Because I don't want the inside piece to move around. Okay? I'm off camera. I'm going to do it again. My apologies. Okay. I'm going to do it 2 more times. So watch me. So I'm doing my mattress stitch. This is hard when you zoom in. Okay, mattress stitch. Now watch, there's the inside part. I'm going to just go through like so. And now go back to the mattress stitch. Is this more clear? Was this more visible? My apologies that I went off camera. I'm going to do it one more time here. Mattress stitch. And I'm going to catch it inside here, the inside part, one more time. I do it like 3 to 4 times. And now I'm just going to finish it up with the mattress stitch. Is it better? Is it better? You guys see it? Please tell me. I'm so sorry I went off camera. I don't like that. I don't like when I go off camera, but this is what happens when you zoom in. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so that way I'm not going to do that mistake again. Did you guys catch the inside part? Please let me know. Leave a comment. Please, please, please. By the way, if you guys sent me likes and stuff like that, I can't see it. I can't see it. Leave me comments. I can't see your comments. Yes. Yes. I'm so happy. Okay. So I'm just going to keep going at this point. I do it like 3 to 4 times, just here in the center of it. Okay. just a couple times, 3-4 times maybe max. You don't need the full one. It's a rounded part of it. You want to just catch the top of it. Okay, just the top. Okay, I'm gonna finish it up so that the hole's closed over here. Okay, it's closed. I'm gonna pull, make sure everything is nice and smooth. Okay, and there we go. Now it's time to weave in. So I'm just gonna weave in and out. Now the polyfill now catches my yarn a little bit there. So I like to just go in and out, go in where you came from. Go in where you came from. That way nothing is visible. Okay. There we go. Okay, and now I'm going to cut it. Ta-da! Are we good? I probably could have stuffed it a little bit more, but I didn't want to overstuff it. There's plenty of polyfill inside. Okay, this is how we're looking. Okay, so now it's time to add the eyes, the nose or the beak, and the top, the comb. So let's do the comb first. I'm going to do everything that you can see first. Okay, I'm going to do the comb real quick. Then we're going to do the beak. And then I'm going to do the eyes. And then we're done. Okay, so let's do it. Let me look at my comb real quick, the instructions. So we're going to grab our red yarn. Hopefully you have red. Okay, I'm going to make sure I have enough yarn. Whoop-de-doop. Okay, that should be plenty. All right. So here we go. What you're going to do is you're going to flatten out your head just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. Thank you for the information about the securing. Yes, of course. Of course. Okay, I have my slip knot on my hook. I'm going to attach it right here. So flatten it out from the top. This is why I do it before I have my eyes, right? Flatten it out a little bit. Attach it right here. And you can weave this in later. Let me confirm what I wrote down. 4 locations. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so in that row. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. The first stitch is a single crochet. Okay. Then in the next stitch, we're going to do, and remember, there's no obvious stitches. That's just a location. So you just move over a little bit, grab one of your stitches here, go through it. Ooh, I made it nice and tight, so that's a good thing. Makes it hard to crochet, but at least my stitches are not going anywhere. I'm going to do 1 single crochet in that same stitch. Then I'm going to do a double crochet. How many? 1 double crochet. Pull it through. I split my yarn. Give me a second. There we go. Come through. Make my double crochet. And in the same stitch again, a single crochet. So I say stitch, it's actually a location. There's no specific stitch right there. We're just going to grab what we see there. Okay. In the next stitch, you're going to do 1 single crochet on the top somewhere. So grab one of these loops here wherever possible. We're like literally on the top. Okay. I'm just going to grab maybe 2 of these loops. Oh, this should be fine. I'm going to do 1 single crochet, then 2 double crochets. Oops. And here's my second one. And a single crochet. All in the same location. See? Like that. Okay. And now we're going into the third location. And that is going to be 1 single crochet. So just move it over just a tad. Then 1 single crochet, excuse me. And then again, 1 single crochet. And then we have 1 more stitch. Is that right? 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was the last one. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, we did that. That's 4. Okay. So now you're going to cut it and weave it in. So pull this out and weave it in. So the way I like to weave it in, if you have a different color, is first I'm going to stay within the color that I used. So I'm going to go through my stitches again. So like so. Let's go through it. See, I'm kind of going back here. Going through as far as I can. And this is nice and tight, so I know nothing's going anywhere. Okay. And then once I've done that, I'm going inside my project as far down as I can. So watch this. I'm going to go all the way down here like this, and then I'm snipping it off. Pull a little bit, snip, and the yarn disappears on the inside. Okay. I'm just going to weave this guy in. Are we good? I know it's a long video. I get it. Are you guys still patient with me? Are we still good? I think this is going to be the longest of all the videos. Okay. Snippy snip. Okay. We're done with our comb right there. There. Now it's time with the beak. Okay. And then we do the eyes. So let's grab yellow. I have my yellow right here. Are we good? Are we good? The pattern says front loops. You're super great. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, you're watching me on a 70-inch screen? I love it. See, now in that case, I don't even have to zoom in. You can see it all. You should do one chicken gray and one chicken white. That's what I'm doing. This one is gray. This one is white. Okay. We still need to do the wings. Unless you guys feel good. We'll talk about the wings in a second. Let's do the beak for a second. Okay, you're gonna take, oopsie daisy, I just made a slip knot. You're gonna take your yarn, your yellow yarn, and you're gonna make a magic ring, just like before, chain of 1. Okay, you're going to add 3 single crochets to the ring. So 1, 2, and 3. You're gonna pull your end. Okay, and then you're going to go into the first stitch. So it's going to be a little tight. Okay, so this is a little tight. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit. This is tight. You can go down in hook size if need be. Okay, you're going to go into that first stitch that you have made. You're going to make 2 single crochets into it. Okay, I had to double check on my pattern for a second. The next stitch is 1 single crochet. And the next stitch, and you have to kind of now move it down. You see how I'm kind of bending it down? See, like this. Okay. And the last stitch is going to be 2 single crochets. Oopsie, I slipped there. Okay, 1 and 2. Okay, this is how it looks like. So now you're going to cut it. I'll show you up close in a second. Okay, pull this out. So bend it down. So the top is the magic ring. Oops, bend it down. Magic ring, bend it down. Okay, and now we just have to sew it on. Almost bought the gray yarn. I'll be making a few. Yes! Make a few. I want to see them all. Let's do a chicken family. Okay, so now you're going to sew this on right here in the front. Okay. This part is always the part that's the hardest for most of you guys. How do I sew it on? I'm going to ignore this guy here for a second here. But I'm just going to go grab one of these loops. And then grab one of the grays, one of the yellows. And pull through. So this is the whip stitch what we're using. We're just going in and out. So hold your chicken as you wish. How it's easiest for you. Okay. Oops. It came out of my needle. Put it back in. Bloopers. Okay, pull. Make sure you pull nicely. Don't go too far on your loops of the gray ones. Otherwise, it's going to be too visible. As close as you can. Go around it. See how close I am? And go around it. Okay, I think I have like a couple more here. So that it's all closed. Make sure it's still on camera. There we go. Oh, one more. I have to grab the gray. Okay, there's the beak. Okay, I'm not going to weave this in right now. I'm going to do it after because I want you to see it. We're already way beyond the time I meant to go. So I'm going to show you one of the eyes. Where's my black? And then you guys do the other one on yourself because I still want to talk about the wing. Okay. So, snippity snip. Well, technically you don't have to, yeah, you have to snip it. So, I'm going to show you how to do the French knot. Okay. So, I'm going to go in on the opposite side right there. I'm going to go through right where the eyes need to be. Okay, you can decide where you want your eyes to be. I'm going to put my eyes here right in the center. You see it right there? Where's my needle? Right in the center. Okay, I'm going to come through from the other side here. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. The French knot is a little tricky. Okay, watch it. Okay, what you're going to do, I'm going to flatten this out here as much as I can so you can see it. Okay, you're going to wrap. Let me zoom out just a tad because I'm worried I'm going off camera. You're going to wrap it around your needle twice. Like so. You're going to stay as close as you can to your project, as close as you can. Don't let the loops come off. And then you go back in, not the same stitch, like just over. Okay? And then you're going to go over to the other side and going to pull. Don't over pull. There's your eye. Okay, let's do the same thing on the other side. Okay, actually you want to move this over just a tad. I'm not exactly centered here. There we go. Ignore this yarn here on the side for a second. We're going to weave this in after. Okay, so let's do this one more time. I'm going to show you because it's a little bit challenging for some of you guys. So you're going to wrap it around your needle twice, like so. You keep it very close to the actual project. Okay, don't lose it like I just did. Haha, happens. Yarn over twice, pretty much. Go over just a tad. In this case, I'm going to come back out over here and then pull. And there's your eye. Okay, like that. Don't over pull it. So I like to make here a small knot if I can, if this is the right spot. Let me see here. Yes, I can do it. I can make a knot. Only make a knot if there's no yarn in between here of the gray. Otherwise, don't make a knot. So what I like to do, I just lost my needle. I like to now weave this in and I pull that knot through. Okay, watch. It goes inside now. Whoop. See? It's on the inside now. So I'm going to do the same thing on this guy here. Pull it through. You will see if there's yarn in between because otherwise it won't go through. Hopefully this is going through now. There we go. It's gone. See? So now we have our two eyes right there. Then you snip this off over here. Move it around a little bit so it's inside and we're good. There we go. We're good. I need a curved one. Yes, you do need a curved one. Okay, are we good? Yeah, it works with curved ones. Mine is tiny bit curved. You see that? A tiny bit. Mine is actually a leather needle because it's so pointy. I love those ones. Okay. All right. Are we good? Are we good? I think we're good here. All right. Let's talk about the wing for a second, you guys, because I want to know if you need me to go through this again. Okay, let's talk about the wing. The wing is very similar to how we started the project. There's a lot of increases and then little decreases, okay? You're going to start with a magic ring of 5 single crochets. Then you increase, then you increase, then you increase. Then you have like a couple of rows in between with just single crochets. Increase, okay? Increase. And then there, actually, no, here's the decrease. Decrease, decrease, and then single crochet, decrease. Do you need me to go through the wings? I need to know. The wings are very straightforward. It's just some increases and then decreases. Do you want me to show to you? Or do you rather just say, no, I'm good. I'm good. I got it now. I understand how to do increases. I understand how to do decreases. I don't need you to show me. I need to know. And once you've done them, you're just going to sew it on one spot. You see that? It's just one spot. This is how they look like. This is how they look like. Okay, this is the wing. Okay, this is the wing. It's a flattened out piece, right? There's no stuffing on the inside. So you're pretty much making almost like an oval shape kind of thing. It's almost oval shape, right? It's if you put polyfill inside, it's like a ball almost, right? And then you just sew it on. Okay, on one spot. Do you see that? One spot on the same spot on the other side. You see that? Right there. I'm good. I'm good. Are we all good? Okay, so you guys don't want me to show you the wings? Do you want me to show you the wings or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? I need to know. Because otherwise, I'm going to do it as homework myself. Either way, it's fine with me. You tell me. Okay, so I think we're going to be fine. It looks like most of you guys say good. Okay, so let me zoom out just a tad. Just a tad. Weep. Okay, so what we're going to do next time, which is tomorrow, I want to see your chickens. What you're going to do is you're going to make your chicken, okay? This one has a little bit of a bigger head. I wanted a smaller head, which is why I wrote it a little smaller, but you can see it, right? I think there's one extra round on this guy. I told you that you can add an extra round if you wanted to. Right here. Hang on. This location by the head, after round 2, if you want, you can add 1 or 2 extra rounds, okay? You choose, depending on how big you want it to be. Now, I'm going to finish it up, and then I'm going to post my pictures. I want to see your chicken, so make sure you use the corresponding hashtag. I don't have it in my head right now. I apologize. Oh my goodness, I don't remember my hashtag, but it's written down in a pattern, okay? So use it. So we're going to have these 4 pieces, and then we're going to make these ones tomorrow. Tomorrow's video is going to be much shorter, and I'll tell you exactly why. Because this guy right here, this chicken, is the exact same pattern as the egg. Haha! The only thing that's missing here is obviously the face, the wings, the eyes, and stuff like that, okay? So this pattern itself, the body of the big chicken, the big baby chicken, is the same as the egg. So we're just going to do it once, okay? So there we go. These are the same, just this one has different color and more things to it, okay? This one is also the same, just split in half, but I'll show you to you, okay? So we're going to crochet this guy tomorrow. We're going to crochet the baby tomorrow. Okay, and I'll show you how to make those little loops. Some of you guys had trouble with those loops thingies. So I'm going to show you how to make those loops. Okay, and we're going to then make this guy, and we're going to add the tail to it so you can see how to make the tail. We're going to add the feet on it, the baby wings, the beak. I'm probably going to skip the eyes because you don't know how to do it, okay? And I'm also going to probably skip these. I'm going to skip the face probably in the comb tomorrow because you guys know how to do it. But the rest of it, I'll show it to you. Everything we didn't do, I'm going to show you. Okay, are we good? So this is what we're going to make tomorrow. So you guys now work on your homework. Okay, I want to remind you of a couple of things, you guys. Couple of things, okay? This is what we made today. Summary, okay? We made the mommy chicken. And I want to see pictures. Use your hashtag to show the pictures. Remember what happens on Friday. I already told you. We have a huge party on Friday, okay? On Friday, it's going to be a party all about the chicken and other things, okay? So I want to make sure that you guys are aware of that. I'm going to schedule today all the lives for the next 3 days. So you guys have them ready to go. I'm going to schedule part 2, 3, and the party, okay? So that way I can send it out to everyone and everyone has the links ready to go, okay? So I want to make sure you guys are aware tomorrow at 12 Pacific time. The day after, 12 Pacific time. And the party is at 12 Pacific time. I want to see you guys all there. It's going to be so much fun. Okay? I hope you guys enjoyed it today. Let me know. Did you have fun? Did you enjoy these types of live videos? If you want to see more of them, I want to know. And remember what happens at the big party. We're not just going to talk. We're going to have a giveaway. So whoever finishes their chickens, is that the right way to say it? The 6 and 1 pieces and post them, okay, by Friday morning, you're entered into the giveaway. We're going to give something away, and you don't know yet what. I'm going to show it to you live on camera on Friday, so I want to see you all there, okay? Yes, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. We're very close to 100K on YouTube, so go ahead and do so, and I'm really, really excited. So, will you guys be there? Am I going to see you tomorrow? Let me know. Am I going to see you tomorrow? Okay, I was live for an hour and a half. I promise you the next 2 or 3 times won't be as long, but the mommy chicken was just a bit longer. I wanted to make sure I covered all my bases and everyone was happy. Were you guys happy? I hope so. I hope so. It was so amazing. Okay, prizes, prizes, prizes are coming to you on Friday, so you better be there. And we're not just going to have 3 prizes. There's going to be more prizes. Well, there's a little caveat to it, but I'm excited. I'm really excited. Can you tell I'm excited? Okay, I'm going to stop talking now. Yes, you heard me enough now. It's time for you to finish your chickens because I'm going to do it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. And I'll send you guys the links later. I'll see you guys then. Bye.